Hello and welcome to this week's episode of
Advice with Your Besties.
Yay.
Hey, I'm Dr. Lindsay here.
I'm Chelsea Toronto.
Hi.
Yeah, we did say that differently, didn't we?
Yep, we got it. Okay. You know, I was thinking really quick, this is almost like Q&A with your besties.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know.
but I love it.
Yeah, that's okay.
So keep on asking away. All right, here's our first question. Do you have trust issues? You should be like, hi, my name is Chelsea Toronto, and I have trust issues. No, my trust issue is that I trust everyone immediately, and then they might blow it up in my face later on. But, I mean, that usually doesn't happen. I can kind of, like, usually suss it out, but not always. Or I, like, know that something is not right, but I'm like, it's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
Do I?
You don't trust anyone. It takes a minute.
It does take a minute. Female, male, romantic, platonic relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I trust it doesn't, you don't start with an A.
Right.
You kind of earn it. Because when I love you hard.
So
hard that I don't have enough bandwidth for trust to become a thing. We've got to establish that already.
Mm-hmm. What about at work? Same thing at work?
No, I love them hard as shit because
Yeah.
I have no expectations for those people.
Oh. Okay.
And
So
like
maybe
there's
that's
no
it.
way in which I would need to trust them.
Sure. You just like them.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A secret kept from your parents. Ooh. I don't know. I feel like there's so many, and they will probably never listen to this. I mean, if they don't know all my secrets from high school about me, like, being drunk all the time and partying and making bad decisions, I mean, that's, like, about it. But I guess I could say my life is a secret from my parents because I talk to them a couple times a year. And then they're like, how's it going? I'm like, great. Like, how's work? I'm like, good. They're like, okay. So
It's great.
my life is a secret.
You're so lucky. I don't have any secrets from my mom.
None?
I wish I did,
Yeah.
but I don't. Like, growing up in high school, she'd read my trash.
I know. That is wild.
And that's why I have trash issues. And you wonder why. And they would
That's
read
why.
my journal and all that stuff.
At some point, you should have just started fucking with them because they're reading your journal. And you should have
Well,
just
I
put
wasn't
in,
smart
like,
enough.
oh, I had the most swell time with Johnny. We just held hands. We had a great conversation. And
I think I'm a
so
lesbian.
sweet.
Something, right?
Yeah.
Something that, like, and I'm
Yeah.
moving to Alaska.
Yeah, you done that.
Yeah, my mom's got this magic, trippy mental power over me where I can't hold a secret from her. And I know that I shouldn't tell her, and I will tell her, and then I will regret telling her all within the same sentence.
It's like,
And I'm like, so, yeah. Okay.
all right. Biggest career red flags for men in your experience, like a model, finance, etc. Oh, I guess this would be like if you're looking to date someone and what the biggest red flags are. What if
In my experience,
yeah.
my limited experience, I don't know that a particular profession is a red flag for me.
Mhm.
Rather, how willing are they to discuss it? If it seems that they're very cagey about it.
Mm-hmm. I guess I don't know. I think maybe like if you dated a professional athlete, that would be really hard.
I have done that.
Yeah.
What aspect do you think it was? Like?
Well, I think just like the being away or
that's
like
the
the
least of your
travel
problems.
aspect.
No, that doesn't seem to be the problem because that is not the problem, the challenge that I experienced, but rather like infidelity and like you should bank on it.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like, oh, they're out of town a lot. I'm like, no,
No, I mean, and then when they're out of town.
they're hooking up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I guess you just need to go in with the like knowing like, well, that's going to happen.
That this is a really good person to hook up with on the
Mhm.
regular.
Yeah.
You may not. And even if like if you do choose to get a very serious relationship or you, like get married or something, just know that that is a tax.
Yeah. Actually, what I would say if a guy's like, I'm an entrepreneur,
Yeah.
that sounds like more of a red flag because that sounds like you don't have a business. You're just dabbling in multiple things. You're not committed to anything.
Or a venture capitalist.
Yeah.
What's that? Or photographers.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would say a venture capitalist is more legit because then at least you have money to invest in different companies.
maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see your portfolio.
True. So, vague job descriptions.
Vague is definitely
That
the
is
key.
more of a red flag.
And how I also, in a very old school way, if you are available to hang during the day, you're probably not working. And there's only room in this relationship for one person not to be working. And I've got that
And that's
covered.
you.
So we can't be both like kicking it for multiple hours in the middle of the work week.
Or for guys, a life coach.
Oh,
Um, That's not where it's at either.
yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm opposed to that, but it's like I don't even really. There's not a lot of dude life coaches, or at least you're not seeing a lot
No,
of.
yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Or a psychiatrist. I don't want to be analyzed. Is cuddling considered foreplay?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it certainly is.
100%, because that cuddling can get real intense.
Just
Yeah.
learned that. I gotta tell you guys,
She went from zero physical touch to like maybe a tip on the shoulder. And now she's like, get in here.
well,
Golly.
a beast, a beautiful dragon phoenix appreciates physical contact. I thought I could live without it, and now it's such a beautiful thing. Yes, all forms of physical touch can, especially if you have that kind of like that chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't realize how much I didn't have chemistry before.
You're like, this is totally normal. I love it. It's fine.
Yeah, no, but it
Yeah.
was like, oh, such a difference. It can be.
It can be. It can turn into more than cuddling real quick.
Sure can.
Yep. Do you think that in every relationship, one person likes the other person more? Maybe. I think maybe it goes like back and forth, just depending on what day it is.
I would say 100% yes until we met each other. And I feel like
Yeah.
we do kind of take turns back and forth.
Yeah.
So I feel equally loved for as
Mhm.
hard as I like love on you. So, you
Same.
know what I mean? So I don't. So that kind of would throw me for like, I would say that's the exception. So yes, but I always
Yeah.
want to be the person that
That is
loves
loved more.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I never can. I never can. So I am at least holding out for someone who likes me as much.
Well, I think I gave you that moment today when I didn't hear from you for 24 hours yesterday. And I was thinking, I'm like, is she actually missing? Like, did she go on a hike? And was she actually lost in the wilderness somewhere? And I'm like, I don't know. That's a possibility. But I think someone else maybe would have gotten contact with me.
No,
They,
you
yeah.
are the only person I talk
Mhm.
to on the regular.
Yeah. So I did think that you were missing for like 2 seconds.
I like that you didn't do anything about it.
It's fine. I didn't until this morning. I was like, if I don't hear from her this morning, then I'll be
100%
more concerned.
abducted.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And that's been the case. I certainly have more people that would check in on me, but you are definitely the person that checks in on me at really only in my life.
Yeah, on a very regular basis.
Thank God for you.
Well, you're not missing, so
So
thank God.
good.
Have you ever had a colonoscopy?
No, but I
Have
really
you one
want
done
to.
soon and not excited? Why do you want to? Oh,
I feel like it's like release of toxins.
yeah.
I feel like it would be amazing.
Wait, that's a colonoscopy is different than a
Cleanse.
colon cleanse?
Well, you're kind of getting both.
You're doing the
You
same
get,
thing,
like,
right?
2 for 1
Don't
there.
people do that on a monthly basis?
No, a
or
yearly
something?
basis.
No,
I
like,
think-
but for a cleansing purpose.
Sure.
I mean, I would definitely try it. I
Yeah.
feel like maybe that'd just like reset my whole body.
I would love that.
Yeah. Okay, we should find a place.
Yeah. Let's do it together.
Yep. It'll be on Patreon. What's your take on lingerie?
You know, I just recently started thinking about this. This is a very
Ah,
apropos
okay.
question. I don't know.
I think it's kind of a waste of money. It's literally on for 2 seconds and then that's it. But it does like help set the mood and
It means I'm serious right now.
it means like, all right, like we're doing something crazy today, or like we're not going to do the usual. It's going to be something a little spicier. So I think it's good in that regards, but I wouldn't say that I have a whole collection. It's like 3 things.
I've actually
and then I
thought about
rotate through.
asking to borrow like a bra because I'm like, this is stupid. I'm not gonna really. It's such a novelty too.
Yeah, it's such a novelty.
I think you'd be better off just buying like one semi-spicy from like Ross or Marshalls.
Oh, totally. Yeah, do not spend a shit ton of money on
I
this
know, don't be going to
because
Seoul or something.
yeah, no. Because they can't tell anyways.
Nor do they
You can feel
care.
in your body that's itchy as hell.
And which is usually the case with more expensive. The more expensive the bra, like the harder it digs.
Yeah,
the
totally.
wire and then the
Like
straps.
the corsets
Yeah.
are just
Ugh,
like really
too
digging
low.
in.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess I'm not for it, but I think there's other ways. You know, in the old days, right, when we were in high school and
Mhm.
college, Victoria's Secret's, like if you were serious about this, you would buy it.
Yep.
And now I don't know if it's age or Victoria's Secret's just no longer a thing of our like, and even like the thong conversation. I
know.
just feel like undergarments aren't
They
as,
aren't.
as important as you used to.
No, because now all the companies are switching to that t-shirt bra material, wireless for comfort.
Like we've given up.
Yeah, we've given up. We're like, our boobs don't need to be anywhere. They can like sag wherever you want them to be.
My chicken cutlets.
Like when I was in 7th grade, I went to the mall with my friend and I bought a push-up bra and thongs from Victoria's Secret. And my mom was livid. Like I got in so much trouble and she like made me go back with her to return it. And I was so embarrassed. Like I didn't go back to that store for years at a time. And I was like, what? I just want a push-up bra. Cause like literally no boobs in 7th grade. So it was those ones where it gives you like 2 cup sizes because there's so much padding in it.
From underneath to like up top. And
Yeah.
then, and then you like,
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you do you on the lingerie. Everything okay?
no, it's not. I'm kind of hanging on by a thread. But wait, you know what? You are our besties.
Yes, you
Someone's got their finger on my pulse, at least. And it is low. So, like, taking my pulse here.
No, you're not okay.
You know,
You're going through a little.
I wouldn't say it's very
No.
turbulent. That's just okay. So I'm kind of tweaking my hormones, which isn't great. So I feel like my lows are a little bit lower, but I'm very aware that this is not who I am in the moment. I do think my happiness is higher on average. So I feel like the lows are not as low as they have been. I'm experiencing a lot of like endorphin spikes and like newness and like life can be, life is becoming so much infinitely better. It's not enough, but I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop as I transition out of my living situation. So I'm anticipating a 2x4 to the back of the head. I don't have any reservations, but it's just knowing that there is a little bit of the fear and the unknown, but I don't think that that's what's contributing to this. I feel like my days I'm not utilizing. I don't feel a purpose.
That's why I bought you some fabric. You're gonna make me a jacket.
I know, I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah.
It was very, very thoughtful. You're like, here's an activity. I know you're not dexterous enough.
You will not be making tiny houses.
I really want to give you that dollhouse. Don't you think that would be great for you?
Well, if I could tiny house it out, then yeah. And
You
then
could
I'll give it
tiny
back
house
to you.
a room.
Yeah, I could tiny house a room.
I would deliver it.
Okay, and I can like do it for you.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
would be
I would
amazing.
even come over and like help.
Well, you would just like hand me the supplies.
Yeah, no, I know. I get it. But or just watch you.
Yeah, just watch
And then
me.
like, rah, rah, rah. And that means talking. Well, which might defeat the purpose of you doing the tiny house meditation process.
It's a solitary activity
I
for
know.
me.
Would you do that? You have enough room in your office.
Yeah, I have enough room.
I could put it in the corner.
I'd have to.
I would buy you the supplies.
Okay.
And I would let you pick the aesthetic.
Okay. How about you just pick the aesthetic and the supplies and I'll put it all together for you?
Okay.
Because it's your house.
I know, but I want you to be emotionally invested in our house.
I will pick some furnishings. This is like, isn't there a movie like you get shrunk down to like doll size and then you live in that house?
Yeah.
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 We're manifesting
And like
a new
make
house.
it like a little non-traditional. Like you don't need a dining room and like
Of course.
Right.
No, we have a podcast recording studio.
that would be so
We each have a
fun.
room.
because I would
There's-
keep it for life.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pop off this anyway. Okay. So what was the question? Is
Are
everything
you okay?
No, I'm not. But I'm definitely better than I was.
You're better than you were. And also, my hormones are going to be fucked up pretty soon because I'm
Yeah.
going to get an IUD put
I'm
in.
gonna
And I'm terrified.
I'm terrified too. You know what? Because can I talk about this?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Do you know
Yeah.
which one I'm going to talk
Yep,
about?
I do.
Okay. Somebody begged me to talk about this.
Yes.
So listeners, strap in. This is going to be a
Oof.
doozy. So mindful.
Like, uncomfortable.
So mindful, as we know, I've had some struggles with my mental health. I have it completely under control. I'm in maintenance mode, and for that, I am eternally grateful. It's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. So to alter with that when it comes to birth control, because now I'm getting my swerve on, and I hope to tap ass soon.
We hope to not bring any children into this world.
I feel like I shouldn't be. Okay, anyway, so could you imagine if we had a baby? Like the every single moms.
No, like when I saw our friend's baby the other day, I was like, yeah.
I, on the other hand, was like, "Can I hold it?"
I
Were
know.
you
And
surprised?
no, I wasn't. And I was definitely keeping my distance. I was like, wow.
I know. I can feel your. Okay. Anyway, so let me try and wrap this up. Okay, so I had an IUD, and I had to put it in with copper, and it in that regard didn't mess with the hormones. However, I feel like it wasn't properly inserted because it felt like satellite was hanging too low, closer to the Earth's atmosphere, i.e.,
Were the strings hanging out, or it was just uncomfortable?
I felt like I could feel it
Oh, yeah.
when I was being intimate.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So I think I didn't realize that other women maybe can identify with this, but
Yeah,
it was late night and I couldn't remember if I still had a tampon in.
right.
And I was convinced that I still had it in. So now I'm fishing with like a hook on my finger. So I'm convinced.
Like, I don't even like to get up there if I do think I forgot a tampon. I was like, well, hopefully it'll just make its way out.
So I'm like, oh, I am. Yeah, right. So what a terrible time to be absent-minded.
Yeah.
What a terrible time to have ADHD. So I am like fishing, hook. And so I hook something and I pull it out and I'm like tugging on it and I'm tugging and I'm like, why is this like, am I just dry? And
So you're like, this is harder to get out than it should be.
yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't I have, in a rational mind, been like, I don't think this is it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like reeling in a fish
Mm-hmm.
and like it's skimming the bottom of the ocean. I said I wouldn't snort on air anymore. So dragging, and like pulling and like flesh coming with it. And turns out it wasn't my tampon. And I was like bleeding and like crying for help. And people were too heavily asleep or inebriated to like hear my calls and crying on the bathroom floor.
How much blood came out?
Drops.
Oh.
I mean, I wasn't hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
It was excruciatingly.
When you pull that out and you see that there's an IUD on the other end of your fingers.
That definitely wasn't what I was looking for.
You're like, but where's the tampon?
So I call my gynecologist first thing in the morning. I'm like, oh, that's normal. It happens all the time. I was like, it is? So that is what that's my apprehension on doing it.
Hence why she's not okay, because her hormones are all messed up right now. But you got to go get that put back in, I guess.
Copper.
Yeah. I'm going to try to stick with the hormones. I don't think I want to be off of hormones. I don't know who I am.
No, I don't think I think your hormones are just fine.
I know. But you know, like the thing is now, it's like no one should be on any hormones because it's probably going to give us all cancer or something or like die. I don't know. I'm going to die of something. So I might as well just die being who I am.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Any other questions?
No, but I think that we got it covered.
Thank you for checking in on us.
Yeah.
On me.
Thanks for checking in on Chelsea. Check in on your local podcasters. They might not be okay.
I can confirm podcasters are not okay.
Check in on Jessie. Send her a DM. Let's see how she's doing.
Yeah. But we're here for you.
We got you. All right. Well, thank you so much, friends. Hopefully we gave you some good
Nothing.
some good advice.
Or at least entertainment.
Yeah. Share this episode with your bestie because I think they need to hear it.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Disclaimer. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The stories and statements expressed herein are experiences and opinions. They may not represent the views of the production studio or the hosts. If you disagree with our content, that's okay. No podcast is perfect for everyone.